Well, hello there, fellow Kerbal Knots. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We are reaching for the stars. I am your host, Christopher Tarantola, and we are on our way to Eve. We are flying Eve's Apple. This formerly was Moharan, and Moharan did not work out because I did not put nearly enough delta V. So it is, we only have 635 meter per second delta V left. But that should be plenty, because all we're trying to do is get an encounter with Eve and enter the atmosphere, get a little bit of science. So we have a thermometer, an Are You Alive beep system, and a couple of mystery goose here. And that's it. And that's all we got. That's all we need. We'll be getting some science. I have done a couple things off camera. And I did them off camera because they don't provide anything new for the series, and I didn't think it was necessarily highly interesting. But I'll go ahead and show you what I did. Go to focus view here. There is Moharan 02, and it is on an intercept course with Moho. So it has I've gone ahead and just done its correction burn there. And then we got Dres Prime here, and Dres Prime is on its way. But moving in to Minimus, I've also added a habitat module here. And I don't know if it's going to show up. Yeah, it'll show up here. So if you notice, our habitat, last time y'all saw it was like, I don't know, 23 days, something like that. Now it's 155. We've added a habitat module to it, and that has allowed them to be able to stay in orbit for much longer. We just built it, flew it up here, docked it, nothing you haven't seen before, and so I didn't record it because I didn't think it was something that you guys necessarily wanted to see. If I'm mistaken about that, leave me a comment. Say, hey Chris, stop giving crap like that. I want to see it. And I'll be glad to record it, but I want to try and only put up information or videos that are relevant to you guys. So let me know what you think about that. So let's go back to Eve's Apple. No, don't warp. No warping. There'll be no warping of the time. No warping of the time. Oh, maybe if I focus you here. There we go. So currently, we are scheduled to go quite deeply into the atmosphere. I think that's a little bit too deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter my trajectory a little bit. And I'm going to do so by burning either normal, I believe this is normal or anti-normal. Might be radial. I don't remember. But point is, I'm going to go towards the aqua blue stuff. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Yeah, that makes it bigger. I want to bring this out to maybe I don't know. 90 is where the atmosphere stops. And I don't want to go. I want to go in enough to be able to get some science, but not so far that it burns up before I'm able to transmit the science, right? So I don't know if 80 will do it for us. Maybe try 85. 85, I think that's a good happy medium, hopefully. And obviously, we will soon see. So, we're on our way. I'm just going to fast forward till we get into the sphere of influence. And I think I'll do it in this mode here. Yeah, because we got Eve and Gilly in sight here. Might even take a couple of screenshots as we go. And oh, isn't that beautiful? As they come on in. All right. And so now we are in the sphere of influence. And so we can get our first science. Log temperature, 21 science. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible, as there is no matter around to be either hot or cold, except the spacecraft itself and the thermometer itself. It is probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. Indeed, y'all think on that data. The signal strength is 78%. Delay is 0.54 seconds. So, that's where I'm not going to do these because I'm going to want to get one in the atmosphere and one in space low. So I'm not going to do those quite yet. Let's see about putting this more or less retrograde here. And we'll go ahead and quick save here. Let's see what we got here. We have initiated the first flyby of Eve. We have escaped the gravitational influence of the sun. And we've gathered the first scientific data from Eve. Excellent all around. So, let's do it over this way. Oh, that looks so cool as you approach, doesn't it? Eve's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and oh my goodness, it's getting so big. I'm going to slow down a bit. Okay, I'm going to go stop it here and take a couple of screenshots for you guys. And yum. And we don't want to go too fast because we don't want to just throw ourselves straight into the atmosphere. That would be bad. But we will wait till we get to end space low. I don't know when that happens. I would imagine, I don't know, around 1 or 200 kilometers. We're at 3 now. Oh, we're already in space low. Okay, great. So, let us test the alive beep and log the temperature and observe the mystery goo. All right, the goo feels right at home. Yes, transmit that data. Keep an eye on our electric charge here. Make sure we have enough. That's looking good still. Okay. All right, we made it. We got all 3 pieces of data without destroying our electric charge completely, which is nice. Give us some more science. We got 231 now. And so now I'm not going to F5 because if I go too shallow or too deep into the atmosphere, I want to be able to change that way back where I last saved and not now. But I am going to go ahead and stick these guys up here so that I have them and I can just kind of rapidly click as soon as we get into that atmosphere. Don't want to dawdle around. All right. Yeah, so we're almost into the atmosphere at 90 kilometers. We will enter atmospheric flight. And at that point, we'll get our atmospheric data, hopefully, and be able to transmit it before we burn up or skip out. Okay. We're at 100. And really, it's sea level altitude that we're worried about. So that's a little bit higher. Because we are above the lowlands and not the sea. Okay, we should be getting into, there we go. We're flying high. So I'm going to go ahead and click all these. Uh-oh, stuff is blowing up. Uh-oh. Oh no, I didn't get it. I did not get it. Interesting indeed. Oh, look how pretty that is with the green on the horizon there. Well, shoot, guys. We didn't get all the science. We only got from in space high and low. But, I'm not gonna redo that. I think that is fair enough. You know, we did have the quick save, so I could go back and redo it. But you know, I think if we were to do real life or something of close to real life, you would say, you know, something might go wrong like this, and your stuff burns up in the atmosphere, and you know, you got the science that you could. This was already going to be a tough sell anyway. It was supposed to go to Moho, so we got some money in science for getting into atmospheric flight above Eve. I'll take that, and we'll call that a successful mission. So, what's next? What is next? I guess we got to escape to go to the Space Center. Well, let's look at our handy dandy clock once we get back to the Space Center. You know, we of course got some contracts that we can talk about. Fly by, explore Ike and Duna. We will be doing that shortly with Dres, right? And we have a maneuver performed with Dres Prime. So that's probably going to be next. But now we have an extra mission. Eve's apple is gone. We have now. I'm not sure why it's not showing up here. Let's go to our tracking station. Something's worrying me here. Right, Dresdonaught probe. So we have a probe here that's just chilling in orbit, waiting for Dres's opportunity. You know, I think we're gonna have enough science by the time it's time to launch this thing that this will be obsolete. I'm not sure that's what I want to use it for, so I might have to think of a new. Yeah, we got Moharan 02. So what's going on with that, right? I think I need to fly this. All right, so I need to fly this, and we need to make sure that its next thing, which will be a sphere of influence. Again, I flew this off screen a little bit just to get it into to connect with Moho. Showed the actual maneuver node, but not the performance of that maneuver. So let's see here. Yeah, we need to do that. Add. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so we got a couple of things, a couple of transfer windows open here to Dres and to Duna. And then we'll have Moharan 02. Dres Prime, we're about to do a maneuver, and then I'm not sure when that's going to fall into getting that capture into the sphere of influence of Duna. However, we have a third one that we want to do, so we're definitely, I think since we got Dres Prime going to Duna, I think we don't need to worry about that. We have Moharan 02 going to Moho, so I don't think we need to worry about this. We will want to have a Jewel probe go to Jewel by the time we get there, but that's a long ways off. And in the meantime, we probably do want to send something to Dres. Now, I'm not going to build it yet because it's still a good ways off, and I have a feeling we're going to get some science between now and then that's going to at least make it better. We've already built something and got it in orbit. I'm going to look at that and see what I can do with that, because I don't think I'm going to send that to Dres. I think it's obsolete at this point. I don't know. We'll take a look. But in the meantime, we're at Dres Prime. That's this ship here. And we have a maneuver to perform. So let's check this out. Where is our maneuver? "13 days. This is due. Oh, no. This is Moharan. Oh, okay. Dres Prime. Switch 2. My bad, guys. I was looking at the wrong one. That's Moharan. All right, here's Dres Prime. All right, which has the Duna part of the Dres mission and the Ike portion of the Dres mission, and then this is transfer. All right. Okay. So let's take a look. Zooming out here, we have, okay, there's our maneuver. And this maneuver ought to give us a capture and fine tune it. And if we focus on Duna, let's see. So we are already captured by Duna, but this is going to bring us to where not only do we go into a polar orbit or a polar insertion of Duna, but we also have a polar insertion of Ike, or something close to it. And so we can separate back here. I can alter my trajectory such that we go into a polar orbit of Ike, and with the Ike Explorer, and the Duna Explorer can just go straight into a polar orbit of Duna and do its thing. So that's the way this mission is shaping up. Let's see if we can't perform it. It's only 7.3 meters per second because we're so far out. Let's focus on the vessel here. As you can see, we are starting to get closer to Duna, and we need to fast forward a little bit to get to this maneuver. So I'm going to go ahead and F5 so I don't go past it. And we're just going to slowly approach but this will give us an opportunity to go ahead and correct our attitude here. And that honestly solve half of our problems. So me being flustered and spamming the keyboard, just hitting it like a baboon, trying to figure out how to do space rocket science. Okay, here. So, let's try this one more time, shall we? All right. So, I'm going to focus on Duna, right? And I'm just going to start pressing shift now, even though it's a bit early. That way I don't go too fast, too far, too fast. We're not quite where we want it to be, and that kind of makes sense. So I'm just going to spam this a little bit. But that's pretty darn close, right? I'm going to take that. I'm going to F5. Right? And so now I'm going to see about, I think right about there is when we will switch them. Now, I don't know. I might need to stop this. Hold on. Let's add something. Let's add the sphere of influence change. Yeah, so Darius Prime is going to get there way later than Moharan will get to Moho. So we don't want to just fast forward that. That would be bad. Right, what we want to do is we want to put our Dres, get that sent off to Dres here, and then we'll go to Moharan, and then we'll go to Darius Prime, and shortly after that we'll figure out Jewel. So we got a lot going on. You kind of juggling a little bit. In the background, I'm kind of doing our MKSS. You know, I guess I could show you that, guys. I didn't really show it to you, did I? I know that's not quite fair. I should be. I kind of regret not doing this on camera, but at the time I didn't think that y'all wanted to see yet another talking switch to. And I'll show you what I got here, so you at least see what I did. Yeah, so here is our Kerbal space station around Minimus. And as you can see, we've added this module here, which is just a habitation module. It has a from the USI mod set, just an adapter here, and then a docking port. On the other side, you got a crew hatch, which is where I'm housing some extra supplies and fertilizer, and in there's a little probe core and some batteries. And then you got your monopropellant, some thrusters, another adapter, and another docking port so you can dock to the other side of this. Now, one thing, the way I have this is completely not the way you do it in real life. It'd probably actually be pretty bad if you did it like this. You probably want to stick it between these two or at the end of something, you know. but that's not how I did it here. In fact, I think I might want to go ahead and do this. So let's just say this was just a temporary setup that they needed to dock and expand this tube, and now that it's expanded, they want to move it, right? Yeah, completely unrealistic, but let's just say that's what they decided to do. We did this on purpose, right? So I'm gonna undock this, all right? And I'm actually on the wrong ship here. And I'm gonna go back to this ship, and I'm gonna undock this. Oh, and that just came right off. And it's going all kinds of places, so I need to fix that. We want to go set this as target and control from here. So we want to stop our relative motion first of all. Wow. We're going to want to change our orientation anyway. Yeah, so this is fun, isn't it, guys? I know I'm not talking too much, but I'm trying to focus on getting back here. So I need to burn retrograde. I need to get my camera set up to where we are locked. Locked is the orientation you want, right? Yeah, and we want to go this way. What we're going to try and do is just slip this in right in here between these two, and then that guy can come and dock with the back of this. So okay, F5 that. I'm going to switch vehicles now to here. This guy, I might as well go ahead and dock it. Set as target. And control from here. View from here. And we turn our thrusters on. Well, this is cool looking, huh? Yeah, and so I'm just using the WASD and the IJKL keys, as always, and H and N, of course, as well. And so H, a little bit, H. I'm going to use my W and A keys to get back into a proper orientation. I'm going to hit my L key, move things over. Yeah. I don't know why I keep on going off axis. I might be inducing a torque. Put my SAS on. And I'm hitting N now, because I think I'm getting too close too quick. Move over. There we go. I pressed I real quick to stop my going from this view up. I'm hitting my L button to go right. Again, relative to the view that you have right now. And now I'm going to hit J to stop my movement, a little bit of K. And now I'm heading straight in, more or less. J, a little I, little K, little L, and now we've got our magnetism. Little dot. Okay, so there's this vessel, there's this vessel. So now we're setting this as target, and we are controlling from here, and we'll even view from here. All right, and so we're gonna, no, I gotta change that view. I'm hitting C to change the view. So I'm gonna go backwards first, right? So N, go back, take a look. I got plenty of monopropellant still, and that's fine. I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna start hitting H a little bit. So I just want to go far enough back to get us right in front. I don't want to go way far back away. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and view from here, because now we have something to orient ourselves while we're viewing from there. A little over. All right. So we'll talk about some docking maneuvers. Fighting my SAS. My SAS is firing like crazy and inducing some torque. Little J, little K. Just trying to keep it centered as much as I can as we slowly approach. There we go. Oh, losing a little bit. Slow it down a little bit. Alright. And bam. There we go. So that's a little bit more proper of a space station, wouldn't you say? Now, one thing we got to do is we need to reorient this thing so that the sun is capable of actually giving us some power. It's not enough power, it's being blocked by this large piece here. There we go. That'll be much better. Well, we're kind of flexing here a little bit. You can kind of see there's a little flex going on there. Uh-oh. Something's not right. That's not right. What's up with that? It's sliding around on me a little bit. Uh-oh. We got some glitching going on. That's obviously not quite right. Interesting. So let's try to reload. All right, so we've reloaded, and the anomaly, the glitch that we saw, seems to have gone away. And we have our space station here. Isn't it looking beautiful? So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, though, and we are going to move on to the next phase. All right, so we are now looking at Dresdonaught probe, and the reason I'm looking at Dresdonaught probe is I want to see if this is indeed what we want to keep. So Dresdonaught probe, what has it got? It's got a probe core, it's got a thermometer, an Are You Alive beeping system, it looks like. It does have a press barometer, and it has a couple of these mystery goos here. Just missing the time experiment, which would be nice to have, and I have that technology now. So I'm wondering if I want to. Well, I mean, I built it. It's up here. I shouldn't have sent it up here when I did, but I did send it up here. I've already sent it up here. So I'm wondering if I want to just. We'll send this off to. We'll go ahead and send this off to Dres, and we'll be doing plenty of trips out there later on because we're gonna have to create a what you even call it. Man, my mind is going completely blank right now. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to send some comsats, some relays, and comm relays out to about the orbit of Dres anyway. And so we'll be going back to Dres, if nothing else, just to do that. In order for us to get out to the outer planets with the outer planets mod that I have, there's Jewel, Duna, let's see. To get out to Erlum and to Sarnis and a couple of the other ones, Plock, we're definitely going to need to do a relay for us to be able to do that. So we'll send this out and move on. So what's next, guys? What's next? Going to Dres. So it's 40 days. I'm not going to fast forward in this mode because I can only go 50 times. And I'm not even going to fast forward you guys through it. I'll just let y'all pop up when it's time. So I'll see you. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.